kids, to the Character Education Heroes videos. I am so excited to teach you guys about the 6 communication animals. Now, sometimes people think there's only one way to communicate, your way, or you might think there's 2 ways to communicate, your way and your brother's way, and your brother's way is wrong and your way is right. But Dr. Fackrell, that's me, I'm going to teach you about 6 different ways to communicate. The first way to communicate is like being a demanding lion. Lions are known for courage. Can you say courage with me? 1, 2, 3. Courage. This is Lance, the lion, the puppet, and demanders have their claws in the air. Can you put your claws in the air? And this is what a demander says. Let's just say that the dispute is about some candy. So here we go. The demander says, "Give me that candy." Demander. Let's do it together. Ready? Give me that candy. Demander. One more time. Give me that candy. Demander. Demanders have a lot of courage. When someone is trying to compromise your values or things that you know is right in your heart, it's best to be a demander and say no. You use the demander style when people are trying to compromise your values. When you have things in your heart that you know are right, you don't let other people talk you into it. You say no. 1, 2, 3. No. 1, 2, 3. No. So demanders have a lot of courage, and they're bold and they're strong. And the goal of this series is, first of all, for you to know what your animal is, what your second animal is, and what your hardest animal is. The goal of becoming a character education hero is for you to learn skills in every single one of the styles so that you can be all 6 of the animals when you need. Now, if your natural style works, use it. But if it doesn't, then you need a different animal. And when you need courage, you need to be a lion, and you only have to say one word with 2 letters. No. And then as soon as you've done that, do you know what you do? You walk away. You get away. So that's our courage, demander, no. Okay? That's all about the lion. Next, we're going to talk about the convincing fox. And the convincing fox, I chose a convincer for the fox because they're sly. And so the sign for the fox is this. You put your hand over your mouth like it's the tail, and you be a little sly, and you say, "If you give me that candy, I'll give you a treat." Ready? 1, 2, 3. If you give me the candy, I'll give you a treat. Convincer. Again. If you give me the candy, I'll give you a treat. Convincer. Last time. If you give me the candy, I'll give you a treat. Convincer. So, the convincing foxes, did you know that foxes have talked dogs into letting them eat out of their bowl? They're very convincing, and they are very charming. That is why I chose a fox for the convincer. This is the fox. The convincing fox is known of being determined. Can you guys say determined? It means you really want to get your way. Now remember, we just talked about the demanding lion, and it's easy to say no because you don't have to get another person to agree with you when you're being a lion. You just say no and leave. You don't participate. But once you get into being a fox, you actually have to get the other person to cooperate with you. So you got to be determined to get your way. And so foxes are determined. Foxes require critical thinking. It's kind of a big word, but critical thinking means that you think it out in your mind before you do it. You decide what you want, and you decide reasons why someone else would think it was good that you got it. So this is the convincing fox. And they say, if you give me the candy, I'll give you a treat. So if you need to be determined and something's really important to you on a scale from 0 to 10, if it's an 8, 9, or 10, you've got to be determined. You've got to be a fox. Now, we're going to talk about the zebra. I chose the zebra for the negotiator because it's half white and it's half black. And so zebras are really good at sharing. Now, zebras as animals, they're very social animals and they're good at sharing. Here's the sign for the zebra, half white and half black. And so they share a lot. So they would say, let's share the candy on 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's share the candy. Again, let's share the candy. Zebras are known for fairness. If you need things to be fair, it's good to be a zebra. Now, there's 2 ways I want you to think about being fair. 1 is for you to be fair to another person. Number 2 is to be fair to yourself. With zebras, both parts are really important. You're not going to just be fair to another person. You have to have it fair to another person and yourself for it to really be fair. And that is really important to zebras. Now, I want to talk about 2 different ways of sharing. The first way to share is that you take turns. Let's just say that you guys have a big wheel at your house and you take turns back and forth, and you each get 5 minutes on the big wheel. When the timer goes off, you come back, and to be fair, you give the next person their turn, and then they take it, and then to be fair, you keep on switching off. That is one type of sharing. Another type of sharing is a little bit different. That is where you have the big wheel, and you have a bicycle, and you have a trampoline, and so instead of doing the big wheel or the bicycle, you guys decide to go jump on the trampoline together and share time together. So there's different ways you can think of sharing. It doesn't always mean cutting it in half. That's one really good, easy way to do it, taking turns cutting in half. But there are other ways we're going to talk about in this series of how to share and to be fair. So the zebra, here's the sign. It's about fairness and sharing. The negotiating zebra. The next animal is the team-working swan. And this is Serena the swan in puppet form. And swans are very beautiful and they glide on the water, but they also can fly. So that's the same thing with being a team-working swan. They are very creative. They look at things, big pictures, and they get down in the details. They're creative and they are collaborative. So to be a swan, you put your wings out and you fly and you say, let's get some other candy. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's get some other candy. Again, 1, 2, 3. Let's get some other candy. Swans are known for collaboration. Collaboration is kind of a big word, but what it means is you work together to make things better. And so, if we had 2 people that wanted candy, a swan might think of some other ideas. Might say, hey, we don't just have candy. Look what I have. I've got army men too. Let's divide them all up differently so you make it so that you don't have to share them in half necessarily, that you can do some other options. And it's really funny math as a swan. 1 + 1 = 3. How does that even work? And I'm going to talk more about how 1 + 1 = 3 with the swan. 1 for you, 1 for the other person, 1 for creativity. That's how it equals 3. The next animal, is the elephant. You can see this is Ellee the elephant, and she has really big ears. The reason why elephants have such big ears is because they are really good listeners. They like to listen to other people and they like to be compassionate and nice. elephants are known for compassion. Let's say compassion together. 1, 2, 3, compassion. So the elephant sign is putting your hand to the ear and you say, why do you want that candy? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Why do you want that candy? Supporter. Why do you want that candy? Supporter. They want to know why the other person wants it. And elephants will often give other people their way because they really like to be nice. I chose an elephant for the supporting because of the big ears and because look, their mouth is covered. They like to listen more. They also can carry people on their backs. That is why there's an elephant for compassion. So in this series, we're going to talk about service, and we've got lots and lots of great ideas for you to be compassionate and kind to other people. And finally, our last little animal, it is Timmy the turtle. Woo! Turtles are avoiders. They think if they hide in their shells that people can't see them. But can you still see Timmy? You can still see Timmy. Of course you can. But avoiders say, here, take the candy. So the sign for the turtle is covering your eyes and thinking nobody's gonna see you. So let's try it. Here, take the candy on 3. 1, 2, 3. Here, take the candy. Again. Here, take the candy. Avoider. So that is the avoider. It is someone who withdraws or leaves or gives other people their way because they're scared. Sometimes when you get angry, you get into fight, roar, Mr. Lion, or flight, Mr. Turtle. And so when we do it effectively, we stay character education heroes. We stay as a lion and we stay as a turtle. But if you do it on the wrong way, then you become a monster. We have 2 monsters in our character education heroes. One is the angry monster. And when you're an angry monster, you're not a character education hero. That's really sad. We want you to stay a character education hero. And so when you get angry, you're going to have to read the books with your mom and dad to figure out what you need to do. We have 25 really, really good ideas for you. And then there's another monster called the passive snail monster. And the snail still has a big shell like the turtle, but they just leave slime as they go everywhere, and they go so slow, and they leave all of their hurts, all of their problems right in their heart and right in their shell, and it starts to get so big and heavy, and they worry a lot, and that's not being a character education hero. You gotta work things out, and you don't keep negative things in your heart because it makes an anger rock. An anger rock is a past problem that still hurts your heart. So we got to get the anger rocks out and put somewhere else. And we're going to talk about how to do that in these videos. Okay, guys, let's review. We've got 6 animals. Who can name one? Raise your hand if you can name one. Okay, which one do you have? That's right. The demanding lion. Can you think of another one? Right, the convincing fox. What about another one? The negotiating zebra. Okay, so demanding lion, convincing fox, negotiating zebra, team-working swan, supporting elephant, avoiding turtle. So when I ask you questions in the video, you can either yell out the answer if you want, or you can do the sign. So, which animal is known for courage? Do the sign. It's the demanding lion. Which animal is known for fairness? Did you get it right? It is the negotiating zebra. Which animal is known for compassion? That's right, it's the supporting elephant. Now, this one I didn't even tell you about. The animal known for patience is, can you guess it? The turtle. They're patient in their shell. They wait in that shell for a super long time. They're patient, patient, patient. Which animal is known for being determined? That's right, it's the convincing fox. Which animal is known for being creative? You got it! It's the team-working swan. And you can see, as you learn how to be a lion, courageous, a fox, determined, a zebra, fair, a swan, creative, an elephant, compassionate, a turtle, patient. All of these character education values will make you a character education hero. Okay, you guys can download the packet that we have to go with this lesson so that you can start to remember all 6 animals. Now, I'm going to be back next week, and I want to see how many animals you can remember. And guess what? I also have a little test for you to take so you can find out what animal you are. Go to ceheroes.com. With your mom and dad, of course, download the test for your grade. After you download the test, take the test. Now we're gonna if you're doing the video course, you get the test for free. And so here's the code. It's CEH for Character Education Heroes. So CEH free. So you put that code in, you take the test, and then you tell me what your best animal is, your second best, and your worst. And we're gonna keep on working. So, as always, I want you guys to be a character education hero.